I was talking about the other day is that how I realized that it's very, very important for us to embrace or find a way for us to embrace our inner child. Because I realized that through my spiritual journey and still continuing on and on, what I come to realize is that at the end of the day, we're supposed to be loving who we are, accepting who we are, and feeling comfortable. But what I realize is that the reason why it's a challenge for us um, to embrace our inner child is because of self judgment. Because I was just sitting here like I feel carefree like that child that's over there playing, you know. I'm like, what am I doing that's different, you know? And then I see like the parents, they don't really have that child fun loving kind of thing going, and kids are like excited like a child, and I can see the disconnection right there. So I'm like, well, that's if adults don't allow themselves to feel like they're adults, that we have to move and act a certain way and be serious. We need to get out of that and to get back into our hearts, right? So once we get back into our hearts, we say, well, what's keeping me out of my heart? It's self judgment, because in order for me to be, to allow my inner child to be expressed, it don't mean have to be a baby. It's just that when it expresses itself, that's the part of you that feels like that child part of you, that innocence, that that infinite joy feeling, and it may be expressed differently. Like for me, sometimes I come out here and say, man, I'm in the park, man, I just want to swing, because that feeling of swinging reminds me of when I was a child, and it brings me back into that now loving, unstressful moment. Because as we become adults, we become so serious, and then we hold on to all the stress and pressure for all these years, and then we stop being, that fun-loving child, that spontaneous childlike thing going. And I do my own thing. I swing sometimes. Sometimes I run around and do martial arts. I jump kick. I pretend like I'm Bruce Lee, and I'm just like having a good time. I'm thinking about buying me some nunchucks. I rollerblade. I just started rollerblading, and I got better. And when I start rollerblading, I start feeling like that inner child, that happiness that's abundant of joy, that's infinite. It doesn't run out. And so I started to feel awkward. I'm like, man, am I like the only joyful, alive, happy person around here? And I know I look, people be like, that guy's a little different, because they're not used to that. We're used to being serious or really, I guess, repressed or compressed, and we're not allowing emotions to flow, to express ourselves. I'm not going too far, too long this video. It's 2 minutes, but pretty much what I'm trying to say is we have to stop judging ourselves, because first of all, I have to say, you know what, I don't care who judge me, because a lot of people do judge me because I'm different. I can understand that, and I have to reach this standing point where I have to accept and like who I am and say, you know what, there's no point in judging myself because I'm perfect as I am. So they're not really judging me, especially I'm not gonna lie, I'm around a lot of, you can say, white folks, and they're not used to seeing black folks around here. So when they see me, they sometimes they get stiff, don't know how to react. But I understand that because that's the way, childhood conditioning, movies, TVs, um, movies have stereotypes. So of course, if you another race see another race, you're gonna react based on what you see on the videos, or anything you absorb from the outside, which I call the world of illusion, the world of lies. So pretty much, what I'm trying to say, bottom line, is that try to reconnect with your inner child. Like that's like the best gift that I have received since I've been on my journey. Going back to doing things we love. Like for example, like when I was a kid, I loved bubble baths and throwing toys and stuff in there. I know that sounds weird, but if you do that, I mean, it's a personal thing within. You know, I got to know. You sit in the tub and you chill. You got your little toys, play with your little He-Man, whatever that is, your little Transformer toys, and just like kind of enjoy that moment and to get into your imagination. Then it will open up a door to another part of yourself that you miss. That's why a lot of people feel lonely. So I wrote a book called "The Illusion of Loneliness." You can find it on Google Play. The Illusion of Loneliness. So what I do, I talk about the reasons why we feel lonely. I said, well, most of that loneliness is we may have a lot of friends and stuff like that. The loneliness is we miss a part of ourselves that we put in the closet, because we said we got older. Oh, I go to college now. I did this. I did that. Yeah, all that fake stuff. That's just an act just to fit into society. But when we take off the closet and just be who we are and just express all of who we are, no matter how weird we are, like me, it's like, then you become so bright and alive to so many people. Even the children just want to play with you, and it's just like they sense your youngness or my youngness, or so pretty much, yeah. Like I was saying, it's just that as we become older, we start to realize that we're not supposed to be children anymore. But within our hearts, we're all children of the Most High, forever. No matter how old you get, you're a child. You're a baby forever in the eyes of the Most High. Most High. I apologize. I think about all. In all's presence, in all consciousness, as we are connected to all one source. We're all being fed from the same place. I don't care what race we are right now. Black, Spanish, Hispanic, white, Indian. Every human being on this planet, we're all being fed from the same source. No matter how much we fight and argue with each other and try to make it seem like we're better than each other, and when we fight in conflict and war, which is just an inner conflict, not really external, we're all connected to one source. So it's like it's weird for me to hate another race when it's like that race is connected from the same source that's feeding me and feeding that race. Now, I understand, a lot of human beings on the planet could be, still stuck in their ignorance because ignorance is bliss, I guess. And I understand that we're all at different levels of understanding of love. So I just see it as that is. It's just what it is. I try not to change it and say it's wrong. And that right there comes from not judging myself. Because for me to allow a race or another person to be who they are and accept them for who they are, I mean, I want to be around them, but I can accept them for who they are and I look at them in judgment, look at them in criticism, just look at them with love and just say that's just how that person is. And that's just what is. So I don't go against that. I don't try to change that or try to say in my mind this person's evil and think all these thoughts. What's the point? I just stay away from them. If I see them, I respect them. That's pretty much it. And that's for everyone I see. I don't care if you're my enemy or not. The enemy's only me. So that goes back to saying about self-judgment, is that we can be that innocent child that trusts, you know, that innocent child by doing the things we love when we were children. So and that's not everything. Like sometimes I mean, if no one looking, I might run and go on a slide real quick and do two sides, woo. But it brings out that joy and that love, that connection to the universe and all. But I do swing. I don't care. People look at me weird. They're like, man, that man's swinging. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not only swinging. I be swinging, man. But it makes you feel good, doing martial arts and kicking around like a child, doing cartwheels. I don't give a dancing, whatever it is. Drawing, singing, whatever you like to do that was very creative as a child that you forgot or once lost touch of, get in touch with that again. And I'm talking about just video games. I mean, video games is a part of it because I grew up playing video games. But yeah, so like I said, embrace your inner child. Go back to how you were like before you became serious. What was it like before I became too serious of life? Like I became so serious. I just don't trust anyone. I don't want to walk or act a certain way because people might laugh at me. I got to carry myself this way because my mom and dad said this. Like, when are we just going to just be who we are? Like, no matter how weird or because once I stopped judging myself, then I allow myself to just do whatever it is, just whatever it is. Now, I'm still an introvert, very much introvert. I'm a very sensitive empath. I'm dealing with clairsentience. So I'm assuming because of being an empath, and that I'm also clairsentient, that's the reason why I may become, I guess, overwhelmed around, a lot of people. So I stay away, I'm shy. But at the same time, if I have to speak or do something that's going to help others and be of service, I don't give a damn. I'll say what I got to say with enthusiasm. Like, no, that's, my belief is this. I'm not saying you got to change your belief, but I'm be myself, not judge who I am, and express myself because maybe something I say may help them, maybe something they say may help me. That's it. Anyway, so have a beautiful day, and I got some pain on me. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy the rest of my day. Y'all take it easy. One love. Stay at peace.